What's up? Welcome to another It's Gotta Be Said. It Had to Be Said. Well, this one I'm fighting really hard to remain calm with. And I know I kind of made this to be kind of a rant show type deal and stuff of that nature, but let's be real here. How many of you today have been called a racist? I'll wait. Seriously, how many of you are Nazis? Raise your hand if you're a Nazi, if you're a racist, or at least if you've been accused of being as such. Particularly being accused of being as such by people simply because you showed them the truth. And the truth is, what started all this today, and what has me really up in arms, it was over the football protests, the kneeling for the national anthem, Colin Kaepernick and his stupid bullshit. But that isn't what upsets me, because as much as I get your need to protest, and to an extent I support your need to I think it's a little blown out of proportion. That's my personal opinion. I do not necessarily agree about all this quote-unquote oppression, and of course logic and statistics dictate to me that part of your reasonings for your protests, like cops singling and targeting out black people, the whole hands up, don't shoot lie, has been disproven. It's been debunked. So if that's the reasoning for your protesting, you're protesting for nothing. But that's a debate for another time. The reason you stand for the American flag is not because of hero worship. It's not because of what some of the terms that have been thrown at me. Hero worship, dictatorship, to force you to pledge your allegiance to your country. First off, it shouldn't be forced. You're allowed to speak your mind, your opinion. I'm allowed to make this video right now because of the United States of America and our rights, our Constitution, and our God-given freedoms. No other country on this planet has the same rights and freedoms to sit there and abuse the power of the Bill of Rights and everything that are given to you by being American. It is given to you by that American flag and that national anthem. Now, I'm not going to get into debates on this video about the obscure third verse of the national anthem, which nobody even knows. You only looked it up because you were looking for something to bitch about. It's not been instituted within the song since the song was basically written. And when it became our national anthem, obviously it was removed because it was not fitting to what the national anthem stood for, which is why he only used the first verse. But, what do I know? I'm only a songwriter. And being a veteran, and from a family of veterans, you stand not because you're not only showing your love and respect for your country, but you're showing love and respect and honor to those who have sacrificed their lives, and the families of those who have sacrificed their lives, who have given so much to give your entitled, spoiled ass a platform and a voice. Look, you want to protest, that's fine. The NFL wants to protest. Hey, I think you're full of shit. I think you're attention whores, but cool, protest. Just don't do it with my flag and my anthem. That's an inappropriate way of doing it. It's that simple. But what has me really ticked off is that I got called a racist today because of my stance about the national anthem and the flag. I got called a racist today by a friend, a person who knows me. Now, yes, they're Bernie supporters and they're liberal-minded. They lean left. You know, it is what it is. You know, I'm more conservative. They're more liberal. That has never stopped our friendship before. But your brainwashed stupidity had the nerve to turn around and call me, a person you know damn right well is not racist, a racist. All the things we've been through and all the years we've known each other, and you call me a racist? Fuck you, you hypocrite. And I'm looking you dead in the eye. I know you're watching this video. Fuck you, you hypocrite. You fucking communist piece of shit. That's right, Bernie supporters are communists. Argue with me all you want about the democratic socialism. Socialism is communism. It is a failed subject. It has always been a failed subject. Get off your ass, get a real job. Stop looking for handouts from everybody else, because all you're doing is dragging down those who have worked their asses off rather than creating betterment for you. That's the truth. That's statistical fact. Look up your history and stop looking at little pamphlets and flyers. You ever want to know what socialism is? It's very simple. Go to a library, look up the Soviet Union. Look up China. Look up Cuba. Venezuela. That's just to name a few. But, again, political standings aside, you turned around and you called me a racist. A guy that you've worked with, have hung out with, partied with, in mixed crowds. I'm trying to find the right words because I don't want to come off with my anger. I don't want to come off sounding harsher than I need to be. Within mixed crowds, we had friends and co-workers of multiple ethnicities, multiple heritages. Name one time ever that I treated them disrespectfully because of their race, religion, creed, or political view. Name one. Never. It never happened because I don't see color. I don't see religious points of view. I don't see political points of view until now. I have to. Because I'm finding that majority of my time, I'm sitting here defending the fact that I'm not a racist, that I'm not a Nazi, simply because I supported Trump. I supported Trump because I didn't want a fucking communist or a traitor in office. I'd much rather have voted for, like, Cruz. I didn't want Trump in office. He was just the better choice of the three that I had. Or the two that I had, because Bernie lost too, by the way. And you know what? I don't hate the fact that Trump's in office. I don't agree with everything that he says. I don't agree with everything he does. I definitely do agree that he did not have a right to enforce his political view on this whole protest thing because he's the president of the United States, and the NFL, for lack of anything else, is a business and should be handled within the hands of the businesses themselves. The whole entire point of being conservative is wanting less government control, not more. Even if the owner of the NFL is nothing but a fucking scumbag. And he is. I have been a long-standing Philadelphia Eagles fan my whole entire life. So I bring that up because I want to make a point here. This could be the year the Eagles win the Super Bowl, finally get that Super Bowl ring, and I will not be watching it. Not while one single player takes a knee during my national anthem. It just will not happen. I don't care if you don't like it. It's your choice to believe in their cause, or their means, rather. Because I believe in the cause, sure. I don't believe that racism has any place in the United States. I don't really see all the oppression that they try to claim they have, but if there is any oppression, I want to see it ended. Because it doesn't belong in this country. But there are better ways to protest this and actually fix the problem. Kneeling on the flag, kneeling during the anthem and disrespecting the American flag, by overpaid children is not the way you handle the situation. Doesn't work. You really want to do it? You really want to make a difference and change the status quo and the problems? Here's how you do it. You don't kneel during the national anthem. You play your fucking football game, and then when you're done, you change your clothes. And you take your happy ass and all your happy little friends, and you make your little signs, and you go protest City Hall. You go protest city councils. You go protest police precincts. Peacefully, I might add. Don't get all rioty. Don't get all uppity. Make your point and open a dialogue. That is how you make a difference. That is how you make a change. All you're doing now is showing an anti-American viewpoint in which you are turning around and alienating majority of not only your fan base, but majority of Americans in general. Let me let you in on a little secret. That racial divide you're bitching about, that racial divide you think exists so hugely, although I may not agree that it's as bad as you think it was, or was as bad as you think it is. It's getting there, though, and it's your fault. It's your fault. You are making it where it is okay to shame a Caucasian. You're making it where it's okay to bash and racially slur Caucasians. Again, I was called a Nazi. I'm German descent. Calling a German a Nazi is like calling a black person the N-word. And if you don't believe me, take a trip to Germany and yell out the word. See what happens. I'm telling you. You may not think you're being racial. You think you're being a social justice warrior and you're standing up for the rights of the little guy. You're not. You're coming off as a whiny crybaby. And all you're doing is pissing off the people that would be willing to help you, like myself, would be willing to help you if you did it the right way. You don't piss on my flag. You don't piss on my country. It's not perfect. It never will be perfect. But there are ways to make it better, and this isn't the way. I'm Chris Wild. Follow me on social media and Facebook if you like what I have to say. Tell me your opinion. I'm sure I'm probably going to get blasted for this video, but you know what? I really don't give a fuck. Because right now I'm so ashamed of Americans in general that they would allow shit to become like this. That we've lost the ability to have a dialogue and be able to make changes through conversation, diplomacy, and simple decency and respect. This is your fault. And where I come from, when it's your fault, you do what you can to fix it.